That's two for two is hard. There we go. It's 270. Oh, okay, I get it.
Y'all doing real good. I like it. I like it. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Bishop. What was your question, Mr. Birdsong? You had a question, baby?
Oh, it was some odd actually. I think I got a hand. I don't know.
Well, if you got a question, we'll look at it. Can your partner in your group help you? Do they understand? Are y'all on the same page? What's the question? What number are we looking at?
Number 6.
Okay, let's look at 6 together then. Okay, let's look at 6 together. Okay. What are those ordered paired in number 6?
Negative 1 and 5.
Negative 1, 5. What's the equation that we use it?
Pythagorean theorem.
The Pythagorean theorem. What we're looking for? R, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, now, you see on the front page where you have the formula R is equal to the square root of x to the second plus what? Y to the second. So substitute those numbers in. What's your answer for R?
R equals
Square root of what? 26. Square root of 26. Okay, now remember when we dealt with the square root of a number in the denominator, we had to multiply that square root times itself, and also we had to multiply it up in the numerator, right? So that's how you're going to work it. Okay. So what about sine theta? What's the acronym for sine theta? Y over R. Now R is always going to be what? 1. Now looking at your ordered pair, what number represents Y?
negative 1.
No? 5. So 5 over the square root of 26. And that's the square root of 26 in the denominator. So therefore, we got to multiply the square root of 26 times what? 5. And the square root of 26 times the square root of 26. Okay? That'll work?
I have a question.
Okay. Does that work? Okay, then I'll be back. You tell me what you get when I come back. I'm finna go to Africa now. All righty then. Now, Mr. Bishop, what's your question?
For number 5, I have, for sine, I have y over r. And then I got...
Okay, now, you gotta talk to me. We're looking for cosecant 120 degrees. Correct? You said number 5.
I'm doing sine first.
Oh, you're doing sine. Okay, now, sine 120 degrees? Okay, what's your acronym?
Y over r.
Okay, so what does y equal? Looking at your unit circle.
I got 1.
Tell me what does y equal? Look at 120 degrees.
Square root of 3
You have a negative 1 over 2 and the square root of 3 over 2. So that's your x value and that's your y value. Okay, now let's look at it.
So it'd be a square root of 3 over 2
Over what?
over 1.
Over 1. And then simplify. Equals to what? The square root of 3 over 2. Bam. There it is. Are you with me?
Yes, ma'am.
How about you, baby? Are you with me, Miss Arnold? Okay, thank you, baby. Well, your partner gonna help you get there. We're gonna get there together. Okay. Any more questions?
I'm working with you. Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, I got this. I do it.
Okay. I'm moving on to the next people who has questions. Okay, Ms. Johnson, I'm listening. What number?
Number 5.
Number 5. That's where we're at with Mr. Bishop. Talk to me. Are we doing sine, cosine, tangent? Which one are you looking at?
Sine.
Okay, that's what Bishop said. Looking at sine 120 degrees. What's the acronym first?
Y over R.
Y over R. R will always be what?
1.
1. So, what would Y be? Look at your unit circle.
Square root of 3 over 2.
Very good. So, if it's the square root of 3 over 2, and bam, you got it?
Yeah, but
So, it's going to equal that square root of 3 over 2.
I don't even know why I asked that question.
That's okay, baby. Good question. Okay, you're with me, baby? That's Miss Smith. I'm coming. Just hold tight.
I need to ask you a question too.
Okay, I'll be back with you, baby. All right, I'm over here, Miss Smith. What we looking at? What number?
Number 5.
Number 5. We with number 5 again. Everybody look at number 5 because it seems like you guys got a question about number 5.
I got it, but
Okay, which one we looking at? Sine, cosine, tangent?
I got 1.
Okay, now let's look at tangent together. Excuse me, class, so I can save myself some footsteps. We're looking at number 5. And Ms. Smith has a question about tangent 120. What is the acronym? Y over X. Now, looking at our unit circle on the board, what represents X and what represents Y?
Square root of 3 over 2.
Very good. The square root of 3 over 2 represents Y. Now, what represents that X? A negative 1/2. So you got to divide the square root of 3 over 2 by a negative 1/2. And you're going to have to go old school math. Old school math. So let me go ahead and show you that. Hold on. Hold this for me, baby. I'm finna go to the board. Grab me over there on that side.
Where will we say? And take a picture of that shit.
Okay, I need your attention.
Man, chill out, bro.
I'm gonna show it on one.
You know I'm good with the camera.
That was stupid.
No, it's no calculator.
Forgot to wait.
Okay. Old school math. We got the square root of 3 over 2 divided by a negative 1/2. It's the same principle, babies. You're going to have to change your sign. That's the square root of 2. I'm sorry, 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. Negative 2 over 1. Multiply. 2 times the square root of 3 is 2 times the square root of 3. 2 times 1 is what? 2. Now, you got a negative sign out here. 2 and a 2. Okay, so what's left standing?
3, square root of 3.
Now, it's going to be a negative because you got that negative sign. Old school math works 24/7. Change this to a multiplication sign. Flip this fraction. Multiply the numerators, multiply the denominators, and simplify. Question.
What number that is?
That's tangent. 120 degrees. Thank you, baby.
5.
Now, how you turn this thing off?
Push the button again.